Hey guys, welcome to the last video in this section of the course. So guys, in this video we're going to talk about a very important topic, right? This plays a major role in your trading. It basically can determine if you're successful or unsuccessful in trading, right? So apart from learning a good strategy and understanding the market, there are some psychological barriers that separates a successful trader from an unsuccessful trader. So basically all traders, winners and losers, experience losses, right? Because there is no strategy or no person that is 100% accurate in the market. But overcoming these psychological barriers will basically help you in becoming a profitable trader. Most of you guys already know a few of those psychological reasons, like over trading, revenge trading, and stuff like that, right? So I'm gonna go through like some of the important topics that basically affected me in my trading journey. So over trading and revenge trading is basically the most common psychological reasons why traders fail, right? But to overcome those psychological barriers, the only thing to do is basically always maintain a proper risk management, right? That's key. Maintaining proper risk management is key. Why? Because say for instance you're trading like, all right, this strategy we use on a minimum of like 1 to 10 as our risk reward, right? So if you have a 1 to 10 risk reward, if you get 5 losses in a row, most time that won't be the case, but I'm just saying there is no need to overtrade or over leverage. Just maintain that discipline, maintain that calm, take a break from the charts, right? Because just one win will actually put you back in profit, right? Because the minimum is 1 to 10, so you basically be 5% in profit if you're risking 1%. So all you have to do is stick to your trades, stick to the rules, right? Stick to your strategy. Don't overtrade, don't revenge trade. Once you get that win, your account will be back in profit. And the next thing, if you're supposed to overtrade, right? If you lost 5% and you start to overtrade and you start to basically go against the trading plan, you start to revenge trade, what will happen most of the time is that you're gonna blow your account. And I'm speaking from experience. So you're gonna blow your account, and when that one winning trade comes that will give you a 1 to 10 or a 1 to 20, guess what? There'll be no money in your account to actually place that trade. And if you had that one win, your account would be way back in profit. But what, you already blew that account trying to make back that 5%, right? So there's no need to overtrade and no need to over leverage. The aim is to protect your capital, right, and constantly adding to that capital. That is how you become a profitable trader, right? Don't try to make 100% in one trade, 50% in one trade. Just try to constantly add percentage to your capital and protect that capital, right? So the next thing is, when when trading, I don't think you guys ever heard of this psychological barrier before, but when you're trading, always try to have a buffer. It really helps with your psychology, and that is something I personally had a challenge with, right? I personally experienced that barrier. So what I mean by having a buffer is like, if you deposit like $1,000 in your account, right? the first trade that you place with that $1,000 account, you're gonna be iffy because you don't want to lose your profit, right? Well, that is another psychological barrier, which is having attachment to money. But how do you get over that, right? So basically, having a barrier, which is that first trades or that first profit, right? So that first profit that you made on that account, say you traded that $1,000 account and you made a profit of 200, you're now 1,200, right? So your new balance is 1,200. That $200 is what I call a buffer, because that is what you didn't have. That is your profit. So having that $200 profit, you will be more confident in placing a trade, because you're not trading your initial capital, if you guys understand what I'm saying. So the fact that you're not trading your initial capital, you're gonna have like, your psychology is gonna be better placed in that trade. You're gonna place the trade with more confidence, because even though the setup is right, you're gonna be iffy, right? Because you don't want to lose the capital, right? So having a buffer is always good. So if, say, you enter a trade like this, so you enter a trade here, and the target is all the way up here. We know that target is here, but instead of taking profit here, and you're already 50%, right? So if you're looking at, like, say, $600 profit off this trade, and you're at $300, right? I would suggest even taking 200, like taking partials. Take a 200 so that you can have a buffer, instead of the, because the trade could have turned back, right? And you're left with none, and maybe it took some of your initial capital, right? In that case, you'd want a revenge trade, trying to build back your capital, or whatever the case may be. So just always try to have a buffer, guys. It helps with the psychology. All right, so next thing is, if you are going to practice proper risk management, right, try to open your account with a decent amount. A decent amount could be $1,000, could be 2,000, 10,000, 20,000. It all depends on the person, right? All depends on what your trading goals are, right? So if you're a full-time trader, you might have different goals from somebody who's trading part-time, right? But just an example, right? If you have, say, a $10,000 account, right? If you're trading, or you're risking 1% of that account, when, say, for instance, you make 50%, right? So you get a 1 to 50 over a month's period. That is actually $5,000. So that could be somebody goal for the month, right? That could be somebody goal for the month. So if that same person had a $1,000 account and want to meet the same goal, as in make 5,000 for the month, that person could not be risking 1% to make that. And if that person is risking 1%, you would have to be getting 1 to 200, 1 to 300, whatever the case may be. But you get the gist. So you'd have to be making way more, 200%, 300%, and that will cause you to overtrade or over leverage, right? So if you have a certain goal, try to accompany that with a decent account size, right, in order for you not to overtrade or over leverage. Because really and truly, if you're sticking to proper risk management, a small account can be very, very, very stressful, right? And it's gonna cause you to actually go out of your trading plan, violate your trading rules and all of that stuff, right? And it's even worse if that person don't have a second income. So if you're full-time trading and you have goals, you have to be realistic. You have to be realistic. So you can't want to make $20,000 on a $1,000 account, right? You have to be realistic. It can happen, but you're gonna overtrade, and 90% or 95% out of 100, you're gonna blow that account trying to achieve that goal. So try to be realistic with the account balance in relation to your target, right? And that is very important. Another important point is knowing when to stop, right? So What I mean by this is, in your trading plan, right, you're gonna have like a rule that states how many losses you're going to have before you stop at that specific trade, or you just stop trading for the day, for the week, for the month, whatever the case may be, right? So if I have, say, 2 3 losses in a day, right, I'm done for that day, right? I'll come back tomorrow. I don't want to be in the market trying to get a trade, trying to go up, trying to go down, and stuff like that. That is called over trading, revenge trading, right? So you have to know when to stop, because really and truly there is no such thing. There is no such thing as a setup that have to play, right? And when I say play, I mean play out. So you're looking for a sell here, and you get divergence, right? So we confirm divergence. We see market structure, push down, whatever the case may be. So we're looking to retest here to push down. And what you're saying is that this trade have to play because we have so many confluence, right? For our structure need to reverse, and whatever the case may be, we got divergence on a 1 hour time frame. We got the confirmation with the RSI and everything. So you're saying this trade has to play. So even when the trade is showing sign that this did not break, right, and the market actually came back, push up, created nice order block here to push to the upside, and we're still in an uptrend, but because you are married to one setup, right, you're married to a setup, basically you're gonna be stuck in that sell bias. So you're basically telling the market that this is what needs to happen, right? So you cannot tell the market what to do. We don't move the markets, right? We just have to adapt to what the market is doing. So the only way to stay profitable is basically to maintain risk management, sticking to your trading plan, and being adaptive, which I just said here, right? So you have to be adaptive. So even though you got the RSI, the divergence here, sorry, and whatever the case may be, you have to be adaptive in the sense that here you have an order block. Let me change the color for that. Here you have an order block, right? Market came back, mitigated, right? Market broke structure here. So market broke structure, market created this order block that breaks structure, and then market created this order block here, and then this is entry, but you're still stuck in the sell bias, so you did not even see all of this, right? So you have to be adaptive. So even if, let me go on the 15-minute time frame, I think there's a POI on the 15-minute for the sell, right? So all right, so here, so even though you have this breaker structure here to the downside and whatever the case may be, and you have this order block that didn't play, right? If you go on the 1 hour time frame, notice that the market is still in an uptrend, right? So we did not get a breaker structure to the downside on the 1 hour time frame, even though we got it on the 15-minute. So the fact that the market did this on the 1 hour time frame could mean that the uptrend is continuing on a higher time frame. So what you could do, when I say be adaptive, is you could get an entry right here for the buy, right, and still have maybe a sell limit right here for the sell, but you would have been in the buy also, so you're being adaptive. So you're in the buy, you're not going to close the buy because the market can go both ways, right? So what is going to happen here is that you're going to lose this sell trade, right? You're going to lose this sell trade, but you're in the buy, so you're being adaptive. So you caught the buy, you lost 1% on the sell, and in turn you make maybe 25% on that buy, right? So even though you had a sell bias based on all of those confirmations, right, you still caught a buy, right, because you were being adaptive. And that is the aim of the game. You have to basically trade what you see, right? Trade what you see and don't trade what you think, right? So that is a very, very common mistake among traders, right? Both profitable traders and professional traders and mediocre traders. It's common between everyone, right? Among everyone. So just be adaptive, guys. Maintain proper risk management and don't trade based on what you think, right? Trade what the market shows you, right? It's pretty simple. Trade what you see, right? Everyone's supposed to know about FOMO, right? The fear of missing out. So what I mean by that is, say we're going to use the same example here. So the market pushed down, and then the market push up here, and the market break structure. Now you see the market basically push up. So you say you got an entry here, but you missed it, right? And the market push up. You know that the market will buy, or you predict the market to buy until maybe this area, 149,957, right? And this came back, retest, and pushed to the upside. Now you see this here, and you had this point of interest right here. So you had a point of interest here after you missed this one right here. Now the market push up, and then the market continue to push. Now you want to be in the market all the way to this area. So what you do is that you say to yourself that the market is not coming back, right? And you don't want to miss this trade. So what you do is that you force enter the trade, right? So you take an entry here because you say this is nice bull momentum and the market is not coming back, right? That's the fear of missing out, the fear of missing this nice move to the upside, right? So the market literally retrace right after, because there is unaccounted orders. So the market will more than likely come back. Yes, sometimes it's not going to come back, but what? You can miss a one trade. There are going to be plenty more opportunities, right? So you entered here and now you lost a percentage or two, right? And then you're thinking that the market is going down because it did not go up. But really and truly, it was this area that the market really came back to retest that you feared the market wouldn't come back to. And the market did just that and then push in your favor. 1 to 24, 1 to 25, whatever case may be. And you did not get not even 10%, because what? You entered all the way up here and then you turn your back on the trade once the market kick you out, right? So that's the fear of missing out, and that is a big issue when trading smart money, because you know that we're going to have all these tight stop losses and stuff like that, those precise entries, right? So you have to wait on the market to actually enter your POI and wait for those retracement, right? All right, wait for those order blocks and SC and inefficiency areas to play. So this is actually a big issue, right? So a lot of people ask me, when do I go full-time trading or whatever case may be, but my answer to that question is don't go full-time trading until you're somewhat financially stable, right? Financially stable meaning maybe you have a substantial amount of money in the bank, you have a substantial amount of money in the bank, you have other businesses or something, right? And you want to leave your 9 to 5 finally to basically stay home and trade. But I wouldn't recommend that until you're financially stable or you have a substantial amount of capital in your trading account. And again, substantial amount meaning it depends on the individual, right? So it depends if you're gonna use this to like pay your bills. You're fully dependent on this account, right? And it depends on your lifestyle also that you live. So again, if you want to make like a 10,000 for the month, be realistic, right? You have to have like a 10,000 or more in your account to do that, right? If you're gonna use proper risk management. So don't go all in until you are financially stable and consistently making profit in the forex market. So yeah, guys, those are some of the psychological barriers that I myself experience throughout these years of trading. I'm not saying that you guys are all supposed to start with $10,000 accounts, because you can basically grow any account to $10,000, right? So say for instance you want to basically use that trading capital to basically pay yourself, right? And you're starting the account with $1,000. But what this is basically saying though is that you're gonna have to grow that $1,000 account over time to $10,000. And what that means is that you're not gonna withdraw any profit until the account reaches that $10,000. So once the account reaches $10,000, that is gonna be like your 9 to 5. So that $10,000 is your 9 to 5. So every profit you make and withdraw from that account, you're gonna leave that $10,000 as your capital, because that is a 9 to 5. So you basically withdraw what that $10,000 makes you every month or every week or whatever the case may be, right? So that is one way you guys can do it. But set realistic goals, guys. And that is it for this video.